Hello friends, my name is Sonu Singh and you have started watching me to this YouTube channel. So I always come with the ideas and suggestions that can help you to improve your communication skill. So many times it happens that we want to improve our communication skill, but the first problem that we have in the way of communication is the language competency. And these days the importance of speaking English is improving a lot, because we know that now we are more connected globally. A lot of multinational companies are coming to our country, and we are running after English medium education because we understand the importance of this English language. If you want to have the mastery over communication, then the first step towards becoming the master of communication is mastering the language competency. If you have the competency in certain language, then you can start working on your communication skill too. But these two are different things. So let's talk about first English speaking. That how can we improve this language and how can we start speaking fluent English? So if you try to learn this language, things will be really difficult for you, because there is a pattern of learning the language. There's a certain method of learning the language. And what are these patterns and methods? English cannot be learned. Language cannot be learned. And if you're trying to do it, you'll end up wasting your time. You'll struggle a lot, and ultimately you'll feel that this is not your cup of tea. Because if you are trying to learn this is not going to happen. I have seen a lot of students who have completed their graduation with English language, who have completed their post-graduation with English, still they are not able to speak fluently. And there's only one reason behind this, that they were trying to learn this language. And if you learn this language, things will really be difficult. So if learning this language is not going to help us, then what are the other things that can help us to master this language? So if you want to learn the language, then you need to go to the root cause, that how we learn the language. And the reality is that language cannot be learned. Language is evolved. Suppose that you are able to speak Hindi. So how do you learn this language? Did you go to any class? Did you learn this language by learning the grammar and sentence and other things? No. You evolved. This language evolved. And how this language evolved? By facing the circumstances. If you want your English language to be evolved, then you need to have certain circumstances, certain situations. And what are these circumstances? The circumstances where you listen the English, the circumstances where you write English, and the circumstances where you speak English. So these are the circumstances that can help you to evolve with this language. So if you go in early time, then it was really difficult time to create their circumstances, because if you want to learn this language, if you want to evolve this language, then in order to create their circumstances, there was only one option in front of us, and that was looking into the mirror and talk to ourselves. But thanks to the technology and internet connectivity, that we have fast internet, we have the eminent technology, and because of that we can create any circumstances that we want for ourselves to evolve this language. Like, you can listen to the lecture on the YouTube, you can write something wherever you are, or you can speak to somebody in English whenever you want. Like, you can talk to your friends, you can join English speaking community, and you can start the conversation with them. And these are the things that will provide you a circumstance which will ultimately help you to evolve in this language. Yeah, it happens that we go to the coaching, we learn how to make translation, we learn how to speak, but the problem is that you are not following the right pattern. Okay, let me tell you the mechanism behind this. Okay, if you are using your mobile, if you're using your laptop or computer, then you know one thing, that this mobile, this laptop or this computer have the cache memory. And what is the work of this cache memory? Whatever application you are running in your computer or in your system, whatever browser you are using, it is recording all your activity on the computer. And the next time you go to that computer to visit that application or to visit that browser, this cache memory will help you to perform that activity in a faster mode. Suppose that now you are browsing the Google, you close it, and next time after 2 days, 3 days, or even after 1 week, you again come to the Google and you're trying to search the same article. You don't need to write full sentence or full article. Just type 2-3 letters, and then you'll find out that you are getting that article automatically. Why you're getting that article? Because this activity was already stored in cache memory, and that's where if you're trying to search the same article, it is providing you the help. So it will save your time, and instantly you will click the enter button and you will see that you are already on that certain page. So as a human being, we also have the cache memory. Maybe you're not learning consciously, but every time you're learning something, things are being stored in your subconscious memory, in your cache memory, and you are learning those things. Suppose that you have the friends who work in share market, you have the friends who are businessmen, and you have the company with them. You always sit with them, you always listen to the conversation. Intensely, you are from the different profession and they are from the different profession. But if you are sitting regularly with them, unconsciously, but you are storing that information, you are getting information in your mind. And when time comes, you will start giving the information, you start displaying that knowledge. At that time, you realize that I got all these information through the conversation of your friends. And how it happened? You are not conscious while listening those conversations. You are just sitting there. It means that you are attentive or not. Every time your mind is listening something, every time your mind is storing something. So if you are going to the classes with the intention that you have to improve your English communication, you're doing the right thing. There's no problem with that. But the thing is that you cannot improve your language within that 1 hour. How your cache memory can help you to learn this language? Okay, suppose that if I'm giving you one pattern, 2, 4, 6, and you suddenly say that 8, because you got the pattern. It means that if you are listening something, your brain is getting the pattern, but it should be in a proper format. And if you see the language, then every language follows certain format. Without format, it is not possible to improve any language. So every language have some pattern, and that's why if you're just listening the lecture, if you're just listening the English speaker, maybe you don't understand, but your brain is storing that information. Your brain is processing this language, because this language have the pattern. Initially, it will be a problem that you will not be able to understand it completely. You may struggle, but I can guarantee you one thing, that your brain is working for you. Just be consistent with it. Listen every day, because the more you listen, the more you store, the more you process this language. Your brain is already working on it. Your brain is already storing that information, and it is actually processing it. Okay, next thing you can do, that you can start writing. Maybe you're with them and they are disturbing you to listen something. So that's why you just take a paper, and you have so many activities in day. Like you think about your friend, you think about your future plans, you think about your past. So you can do one thing, that take your pen and paper and start writing that particular thing. In the beginning, you may form wrong sentences, but the more time you spend in listening, your correction will start improving. You will start writing the correct English. Why? Because your cache memory is storing something, and when it comes to write something, when it comes to speak something, you will find that you are constantly improving. If you write one time, then it is equal to learning 5 times. It means that when you try it, your brain processes a lot. So when you listen, your brain is storing that particular sentence formation and words, but when you write, your brain processes a lot in comparison of listening. Okay, so you're done with the listening, you're done with the writing. Now next thing is that you need to speak, because you want to be an English speaker, and without speaking it is not possible. Speaking comes by speaking. So the more time you spend with the speaking, the more fluent you will be. So many times it happens that we always complain that we don't have that company, we don't have that environment where we can talk in English. So don't need to get any people. Why others will think that you improve your English communication skill? They don't have any intention to improve you. So it is your responsibility to develop the mechanism that can help you to create that circumstances. You need to ask one question, that is it possible to create that circumstances without taking help of anyone? The answer is yes. You have the internet, you have the technology, so you can do one thing, that you can install a lot of applications that provide you the language exchange practice. There are some applications which will help you to provide this English speaking community. You will just download that application, you will be connected to the other speakers, and you will get the chance to speak. We here at Sripada Academy do the same thing. We are not only teaching the communication, we are not only teaching the language to the students, but we are trying to create a community where others can participate and practice. And the good thing is that we don't charge any fee. It is free of cost. So now you got the information that how can you improve your language? And the answer is you cannot learn this language. This language evolved itself. You just need to do one thing, and that is you can create the circumstances. It is a kind of strength of human being that we are just blessed with this strength, that if you are exposed to the certain circumstances, you always evolve. Now, if you go in the history of human evolution, then you will find out that we didn't have the information of the wheels, fires, we were not wearing the clothes, we had no information about any modern things that is available right now. So just imagine one thing. That was it ever planned by those people who were living thousands of years back that we will wear the smartwatch or we will wear the cell phone? Never. They were just exposed to the certain circumstances, and that's where they evolved. When they were exposed to the problem of carrying the weight on their shoulders, they learned how to make the wheel. And the moment they realized that okay, alone they are not strong, so they again evolved, they formed a community. So in the same manner, if you are trying to learn this language, you are making a mistake. If you are trying to evolve your language, this can be a right thing, but you need to provide the circumstances. The moment you provide the appropriate circumstances, it is a guarantee that your language is going to evolve and you will be able to speak properly. Again, I want to remind you one thing, that what are these circumstances? These circumstances are that you can listen to the native speakers, you can take the help of YouTube lectures, you can write something on the paper, because when you write something on the paper, your brain processes a lot and the cache memory of your mind have already stored the formation of the sentences and words, and it will all be utilized while writing something on the paper. And third thing is that you can join the English speaking community and you can practice. There are a whole lot of applications available on the Play Store. It is paid, non-paid, and if you want to contact us for the language practice, for the communication exchange, then you can join our community. And that's how you can create the appropriate circumstances and you can help yourself to evolve with this language. So I hope that you will find this video informative, and if this video is informative for you, then hit the subscribe button, like and share. Thank you for staying with me. See you in next video.